So, coffee. The reason we get out of bed in the morning and the thing that gives life its meaning. And coffee can have amazing benefits like boosting your energy levels, lowering your risk of getting a depression. And if you have trouble going to the bathroom, then you know that coffee is there to help you out. But coffee is also known for having a few side effects, like it can cause you having trouble sleeping, it can be dehydrating, and if you haven't had your cup of coffee in the morning, then maybe you can get withdrawal symptoms like a headache, for example. And I think we also know this one is that if you drink too much coffee, then you can get that jittery feeling in your body. And that's exactly not the thing that I want with my anxiety levels. So I was wondering what happens if you stop drinking coffee for a while. And I found out. I did a little experiment and I quit drinking coffee for 31 days to be exact. Let's find out what that did for my anxiety levels. Okay, today is day 6 already. It's actually still going quite well. Like the little moments that I miss the most. It's not the physical craving really, it's more the little moments like I said before. But yeah, day 6. Kind of proud of myself that I stuck with it until now. I think it's too short to say anything if I feel a difference in my anxiety levels. I do feel like the muscles in my body, like it's so annoying. The muscles in my body sometimes kind of like, how do you say, vibrate? And I noticed that when I'm stressed for a longer period of time, like all the little muscles, like sometimes your eye like twitches. I don't know if some people also have that. And I have that in my whole body when I have a lot of anxiety. So I feel it in my legs, but also even in my stomach area, my back, my arms, like everywhere. And I do notice that it's less, but I don't know if it's because of the not drinking coffee. So that's a little bit too short, I think, to say. I'll keep you guys posted. So today is day 10 and I didn't thought I would make it this far, but here I am. So I'm still alive and I'm still surviving. But yeah, it's getting a little bit harder with the no drinking coffee, especially because I'm like working all day now at home. I have to make this kind of report for my job and it has to be done like actually today or tomorrow, so I'm working on it all day. And now I really feel it's 5 o'clock now that I just want to have some coffee and have that extra boost. It's not really I'm not like really noticing any physical withdrawal symptoms or anything, but I hoped that I would experience those symptoms a little bit less. But I do think that in general, I feel like less jittery, I think. So that's positive. Okay, so I'm struggling right now, really bad. It's day 15 and I'm not feeling so well. I don't have a lot of energy and I wanted to do a lot of things also. It's just not happening. Today, it's a hard day. It's really getting colder and it's raining now also all day, and like the only thing you want to do now is just curl up in, I don't know, I just always want to chill in my bed and then drink coffee or drink something warm. So there's a lot of research that has been done on the effects of caffeine on anxiety levels. So in general, research does show that there's a link between drinking a lot of caffeine and anxiety symptoms, like your heart beating faster, increased breathing, which mimics that feeling of nervousness or restlessness or anxiety. So what caffeine does is that firstly it blocks this chemical adenosine, and adenosine is something that makes you feel sleepy. So if it blocks this sleepy chemical, it makes you feel more alert. And what it also does is that the body starts releasing adrenaline, which increases your heart rate and your blood pressure, which makes you feel alert. And on top of that, it also hinders the calming neurotransmitter GABA. In combination, what it does is that it activates your sympathetic nervous system. And when the sympathetic nervous system is activated, it causes this fight or flight effect in the body. So it's not really surprising that there is a link then between caffeine and anxiety symptoms when we learn the effect on our hormones. There are also many studies that show that caffeine can have an effect on our cortisol levels. And cortisol is known as the stress hormone. But the annoying thing with research is that if you try to find something, then you are likely to find something. That's also called the confirmation bias. So there are also a lot of papers that I found that didn't show any effect of caffeine on anxiety levels. So that's quite annoying, but yeah, that's research. So we don't really have a really clear answer if it is something that really affects the anxiety levels. On the other hand, that's why it's interesting to find it out for yourself. Like, we can read in papers that it doesn't have any effect, but if we notice that it does for us, then it doesn't matter what the paper says. So that's why it's interesting to do our own little case study. So we find out for ourselves what the effects are. So today is day 16 without coffee and I'm still alive. No, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I think the craving, yeah, sometimes it's a little bit more because I know, okay, I'm halfway in already and I can count down now in some way. So it's more of a mental thing even now. Then I'm really like, I'm not feeling any physical withdrawal symptoms or anything. So that's going completely fine. It's just more the, I don't know. Coffee was just such a big part of my life every day. It's going okay, and I have substitutions now, but it's not the same as drinking coffee. I have to kind of figure out what a normal or a balance is for me, and maybe that's not drinking coffee every day, but maybe more occasionally, or maybe just 1 cup of coffee a day. I don't know yet. I don't have the idea that I'm feeling like less anxious because of it, but again, maybe it's hard to say, maybe it's hard to tell. Maybe I will find out if I'm gonna drink coffee again in 2 weeks that it does make a difference. But for now, not really. And also drinking coffee is like this big thing we used to do when I still lived at my parents. So we drank a lot of coffee like together. So it was also like a family gathering moment. And so coffee is also more than just the drinking coffee itself, of course. It also has this social component and also a little bit, yeah, nostalgia in a way. Yeah, but for now, I'm 16 days in. I'm surviving. I'm doing well. It's going better than expected. So yeah, let's see how the rest of the month will go. So I officially made it to day 31, and I actually never thought that I would make it this far. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself for making it to day 31 without coffee. And I'm really looking forward to drinking my first cup of coffee again. And I already planned my first cup of coffee. I almost made it to the end of the no coffee for a month. It's not only 30 days, but even 31. So what were the effects of my little experiment? So first of all, anxiety levels. I did notice that I was feeling calmer. I didn't have that feeling of unease that I talked before, like I could have this feeling right here. That was also gone. And I also noticed that when I start drinking coffee again, that feeling returned. So I think that's quite interesting and something I have to keep in mind. With regard to sleep, I don't think that I slept better during the experiment, but I'm quite a good sleeper in general, so I didn't really notice any effects on this. But yeah, maybe for other people it really does something, but for me, I don't think it really had an effect. And then physical withdrawal symptoms like having headaches or feeling grumpy, I didn't have any. Or well, to be honest, I didn't have any headache. Grumpiness maybe yes, but I don't know if that's more than otherwise. But maybe I did notice a little bit of a lower mood when I wanted to order a coffee and I kind of couldn't, or I had to order something else. But yeah, that didn't last after that moment. So yeah, I was fine. So in general, I think it was easier than I thought beforehand. I was kind of worried beforehand and I really wasn't looking forward to doing this. But I think that after maybe the first 10 days, then it kind of became a new habit already. But I thought that I would be a mess the whole 30 days, but I just was my normal amount of a mess that I was and not extra. Would I continue with not drinking coffee? Absolutely not. Nope. But I did notice an effect on my anxiety levels. So I think I'm a little bit more cautious now, and I try to listen more to what my body is saying to me. I think that's the most important thing, that you just find out for yourself what it does for you, how it affects your body, how it affects your anxiety levels. And now I will go back to drinking my coffee again. See you next time. Bye.